right, this is what I got today. Picking up some zinc to take to a steel manufacturer. I got all my stuff out already because today is the day I'm going to see my family. So this is not a day to mess around. This is a day to get this stuff done properly and get home to my family. You'll notice I put an extra strap right here on this one. Main reason why, this is zinc, this material. Sometimes you never know, because there's a spot right here for me to cut through, come up and go over. But if there's any bit of like sharpness to it, it's gonna tear through the strap. So I'm just gonna go over the top, put that extra up here, so I feel extra protected. This is it's almost 46,000 pounds. So 2 straps per bundle is what's needed. Extra one in the front just to make me feel better. I'm also not playing around today because I can see the sky. Yep, not playing around today. You want your straps where you can sing a song, or you can make a tune, not sing a song. Well, you can sing a song too. That's how you want them. You want them that tight, like a guitar string. So you'll see I'm gonna do this a little slightly different. The flap, I'm actually gonna have the flap, because my steel tarps actually have a flap that goes in the back. The flap's gonna go in the back because I want the front to be as tight as humanly possible, because this load cannot get wet, which is another reason I'm trying to hurry, because you can literally see they're forming. So I'm gonna put the flap on the back. I'm still gonna put a strap over it to protect it, but I want it as tight as possible up front with a piece of dunnage on it just to make sure this does not get wet. I'm also putting down my furniture pads that you can get those at Harbor Freight for pretty cheap. You see a furniture pad like this and you may think, you know, you need to get rid of that. No, because you're putting these down to protect your tarp. That's what you're doing. Those tarps are extremely expensive. So all you care about is covering the edges. So you get something like this, you know, like that's called work. You know, battle scars, love it. Always do that once it rolls out, because that's your middle right there. Here we go. This is exactly what I'm talking about, because see, now I've got it. I'm almost right where I want it to be. I'm off by just a smidge, but nothing crazy, because you can see once I bring this out like this, it's going to tighten all of that up. Whew. Aerodynamics, fuel mileage, and my tarp has no chance of getting all going like this going down the road. So here's where the flap's on the back. All I gotta do is take this and reverse it. That's all I gotta do. One of the best tips for getting a nice, clean, tight tarp is stretching it out. Now you can see this again where people cut corners. Right here, going down the line, my buckles are almost right at the edge, and there's nothing else up here. So what do you think is gonna happen? Once I tighten this down, all of that's just gonna be doing that going down the road. No, I gotta not be lazy. I gotta go to the other side. I need to bring it a little bit more that way. But with this material being so low, this is where, like this stuff right here, people wanna cut corners, it's flapping down the road, you're costing yourself fuel miles and you tear up tarps. Yeah, see how high I am. So all I gotta do, come to the middle, get one more workout in, be gentle, don't be all He-Man. And just bring it down some. See, because now look at this side. Once I do that up there, I'm good. Just putting that in there. Grab, stretch out as much as you want. So that way I can start, actually, I'll take this one with me. Yep, stretch this bad boy out. Right there. Actually, now that I did that, I felt it loose. There we go. There we go. So that's gonna be, once I get this all bungee down, and you can already see where there's this slack right here in the middle. Look where that slack lines up. Boom, boom. So now I can make everything nice and clean going all the way down. I put my dunnage on the front. You can already see how it's gonna be nice and tight. This tarp's gonna be beautiful going down the road. I'm showing this part mainly because I've seen it a lot where people have their loads and then it's kind of like crazy right here. And the main reason why is because they're just taking this and just throwing it in there. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're dealing with inclement weather or if it's freezing temperatures and you do that, when you go to pull that tarp out, all of that is bunched up, and then, you know, it's a tarp. It's not waterproof, it's water resistant. Water can still get through that, and then now you get all of this water built up, making it heavier for you. So the best thing to do, just come out here. It takes like an extra, I don't know, let's count it right now. I feel like I'm at maybe 30 seconds. I felt like maybe 40 seconds, because now that I have this, see, it's already doing that. All I gotta do is whoop, whoop. And then this piece right here, just give it a fold and roll, and look at that, done. Grab a couple of bungees to hold this side down. So there's no rule. I kind of just like to start at the middle to make my life nice and easy. So, and then this is a tarp that doesn't have a flap, like I told you guys before in another video. And if you haven't seen that video, I think it's called, yeah, full tarp and weight control, weight management. You can go watch that short and you'll see it. So you just do that like that. Now that I've got a couple on that side, this side I can actually get to work, and I can actually tighten up this whole side because that side has a couple in place to hold it. Now, I was rushing. I made it harder on myself because I like to always, I should have put my starter ones on this side so I could finish that side, because I store my bungees right here. So now I've got to do this side, go back over to that side, do that side, to come back over to this side, to then put all my stuff up. Just to be efficient, it would have been better for me to throw a couple over here, get that side done. Now that I'm on this side, I'm on the working side of my trailer. Everything's done, boom, I can bundle my stuff up. I don't have to worry about going back and forth. This whole job is about efficiency, and what the things that you can do to make yourself faster, but efficient, but faster, allows you to get going more, allows you to pick up more miles. And if you're a percentage person, you know, it allows you to make more money, because then you can go get to the next shipper quicker. So efficiency. See, roll this side, check that. Now I've got a nice clean tarp. When it's time for me to take this off, it's gonna be so much easier to work with. And what happens is, like, I don't have to do this right now, but if you train yourself to do it a certain way, what ends up happening then is when it comes inclement weather, or inclement weather, winter or rain, you end up just having that already set in your mind, and you have to worry about doing something different and then slowing you down. All right, now I'm gonna show you how we clean up the front. Real simple. Just take this, angle that. See that? See how it already starts to do that? And I still got to do that side, so I want to leave just a little bit. And I take this right here, drop it in there, and that's what you want. You actually want it to come off the ground, because then once I put a board right here, and look where I'm lined up, once I put a board right here, it's gonna flatten out. That's what you want. And then this right here, once you put that underneath, put a bungee on it. Right? And that's what I love about this, because you can already see, this is another reason why I love doing this, because you can see all this right here. Watch what happens. Woo! Look how it just tightens all of that up just off of that, and you're putting, you're making it where there's no way that your tarp could get damaged, because the bungee's going right there. Give it a little stretch, look at that. And that's why we put the furniture pads up there. Look how already it's starting to put that pressure right there. If this had flap on it, even with that material, flap, split. You just messed up a tarp that quick. Just get that ready. The other part I like about doing this method is, now once you get one going, you know, well, if you're just watching this just to learn, you'll see something, and then us of us that have been doing it for a while, like, watch this. This goes in here, that sits up against that. Now I can do everything that I need to do over here, and I don't have to worry about this coming down and falling out and making me have to spend more time just to pick up bungees. That's another thing I love about doing it this way, Now I can actually sit over here and work and not have to worry about messing with this and falling all over the place. All right, now I'm getting ready to do the back. So I bring this all the way up. Here's the flap. Guys that don't have a steel tarp that has a flap on it, yours is gonna stop right here. So you would just take this and see, look, as I pull that down, it stops right at the back of the material. That's another way you know that you've laid your top out properly. That starts properly at the back. So you would just take that, put that there. You would bring this, fold it over, bring the other side, fold it over, bungee that right there, keeps that nice and clean. And the same thing over here. I have this up like this. You can already see what's going on. I'll put a 2-inch here, and that's gonna bring that down. And again, you can already see once I put pressure here, look at the pressure that it's putting up there. If I didn't have a furniture pad up there and this had any type of flap in it, it would tear up the tarp. Now you can go down real tight. You don't have to worry about putting any damage to your tarp and get that nice and clean. You put one bungee there, and look, see the bungee's here. It's on the outside of the strap. So even if there's movement, that's not gonna actually hit and tear up your strap. Grab, place, grab. And look at that, right where I said it was gonna be. And when I do these like this is how I'll do it. I should have showed you, but it's really not that big of a deal. Just hook, loop, 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 this here, and then it goes back here. So now this is protected, and all of this is protected. So if DOT wants to look at me, they're gonna be like, that's somebody who actually cares about this job. I've put nothing on my tarp, so I'm not messing up my tarp whatsoever. And that isn't going anywhere. All right, here's the final result. We've got dunnage in the front to stop water from getting underneath it. There's absolutely no bungees, hooks on it, because this tarp doesn't have the flap on it. See it going all the way down. We've got a 2-inch in the back holding that. You can see how that, so even if water comes, it's gonna flow right off the sides. As we come over here, you can see, nice and clean. The other thing I love about it, even my line going down the trailer is nice and clean. I got to send this picture to the broker. When I send this picture to the broker, it also makes me know he's going to be like, okay, like he may not care, but I care. And he may be a broker that's like, man, like that dude knows what he's doing. Guess who's going to get the next load the next time I'm in this area?